Tuesday morning and I'm just about to leave, and Jill's just very kindly made me the best bacon sandwich to say goodbye to. And Jill, thank you very much for your hospitality. You're a lovely woman, and I wish you every success at your pub. I know you've only been here for a year, but you're doing a great job by the looks of things.
You're very welcome.
Thanks very much for your hospitality.
And
good
luck.
Thank you very much.
On your trip.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you.
I am glad I took the advice of the 3 birdwatchers at Stone Creek yesterday. 1 or 2 of the regulars in the Burns Head Inn agreed that Easington to Spurn was the only way. The distance is slightly further, but safe from potential mishap. The other advantage is that they recommended a campsite at Easington, which is perfect for me, with mains hookup. Plus, the site is close to a bus stop for tomorrow's walk further up the coast to Withensea. Spurn Point is known as one of the natural wonders of Yorkshire. It has seen many changes over the years due to a relentless battering from the North Sea. It is about 13 years since I've been here last. I was shocked to see the changes since the breach in 2013. For a comprehensive history, check out Spurn Point on Wikipedia. It is very interesting and well explained. The first lifeboat station on Spurn Point was built in 1810. Owing to the remote location, the lifeboat crew and families were added a few years later. Until the breach in 2013, this was one of only a few in the UK with full-time paid staff, the others being on the River Thames in London. Now a whole community is gone. Only the empty houses remain. This is the most southerly point of East Yorkshire, looking south across the Humber estuary. Grimsby Dock Tower can be clearly seen about 2 to 3 miles away. That's where I started this walk 5 days ago. Since then, I've walked 58 miles to get here.
As you can see, I'm quite well dressed up this morning, wearing gloves and a thick coat and a nice hat. And I didn't bring my rucksack with me this morning because I don't need it. But the wind's quite strong, and now I've turned around heading north. I've got the wind behind me, fortunately, and it's quite a nice morning, but it's not really what the weather forecast said it was going to be.
Regardless of the weather, at least I was now heading northwest for the first time on this walk, all the way to John O'Groats.
I met these two very nice people who were just walking down Spurn Point for the very first time, and I'm telling them, you know, what happened with the breach and all that kind of thing. But it's been very nice meeting you.
And you.
Don't forget, Jim's Coastal Path Walk Around Britain.
We'll have a look.
Okay. Now, these are very nice people who I've just met from Cumbria. So, where are you going today?
Just to the lighthouse at Spurn Head,
Yep.
and then back to our car.
Beverley.
And we're staying in Beverley.
In Beverley. Oh, that's a nice place.
It's an excellent place.
Well, it's been a pleasure meeting
Thank
you.
you very much again.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
Bye now. Bye.
I awoke early to bright sunshine, which is a stark contrast to yesterday's weather with strong blustery winds. Having completed my 58 miles walk from Grimsby to Spurn Point, I knew that things would be much easier now that I was heading in the same northwesterly direction, either along the beach or the cliff tops all the way to Filey. At least I knew there was no chance of getting lost for the next 40 miles, by which time I would have reached North Yorkshire and a much tougher terrain. Having walked 6 days out of the last 7, I am pleased with my fitness levels so far, but not kidding myself, having walked on the flat since leaving Grimsby. The North Yorkshire Moors Coast will be a different proposition, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
So here I am back in Easington. Just got off the bus from Withensea. Very pleased about that. It only took half an hour and it didn't cost me a penny with my
bus pass for pensioners. I've also got myself a rail card, which is coming very useful already. So now I'm heading back to the beach and walking north back to Withensea. And it should be quite an easy day. I think it's only going to be probably 8-9 miles, something like that. Done a bit of walking in Withensea this morning, actually, from the campsite to the centre. What I want to do is get back this afternoon and carry on with the edit, because I'm nearly ready to broadcast. My parents used to like Withensea. This was their favourite seat. We had relatives here and visited regularly throughout the late 50s and early 60s. It was vibrant then. Dr. Beeching put an end to it all in 1963, and this Victorian seaside resort and many others around the country died as a result. Well, I've made it to the north of Tunstall now, heading for Aldeburgh. I think I'm about halfway actually, I've just looked on the map. I've done about 3 miles, maybe 4 miles now, and quite happy with that. And I'm about an hour and a half into the walk. And from here, looking north, the scenery is much the same, right along the coast, as you'll see from the video footage. There's not a great deal to see, it's not very interesting, but it is the coastal path around Britain, and this is what this is the objective, is to walk right around the coast on the very edge. So even though it's quite boring, I'm enjoying it. The sun's out, it's not as warm as I thought it would be. I brought a jacket with me just in case it rains or turns cold, and having lightened my load on the rucksack, it does make a big difference, and I'll remember that. Friday morning, I've just got to Aldeburgh, brought the van from Withensea, and it's 7:30 and I've made a start because it's going to be very hot today apparently. The forecasting 20 plus. It was good yesterday because there's a sea breeze. I mean, I'm right on the edge of the cliff here, and it really keeps you nice and cool. But I've stripped down to the absolute minimum today. I haven't got my shorts out yet. Not quite ready for that, but I will do. There's just a slight sort of nip in the air, but I'm quite sure it's because it's so early. I'm heading for Hornsea. I was going to do Withensea to Hornsea in one go, but it's too far, and especially in this weather when it gets hot during the day. So I've broken that journey more or less in half, and I reckon it's going to take me maybe 3, 4, 5 hours to get to Hornsea,
And when I get to Hornsey, I'm going to meet my cousin that I haven't met for many years, Mike Evans, and he was my best man 49 years ago, and I was his best man around about 47 years ago. So it'd be very interesting to see Mike again, and he's playing bowls this afternoon. So my intention is to walk to Hornsey and get a bus back to Aldborough, and I've left my van outside the cafe where I met a very nice guy yesterday who's quite recently only just taken the cafe, and he was lovely, a lovely man, and I wish him all the best. So I know exactly where I'm going now, and all I need to do is find a bus back to Aldborough, which should be very easy to do. But it is fabulous this morning. Just look at this sun. This is my cousin Mike Evans, and we were more or less brought up together, and Mike was the best man at my wedding and I was the best man at his, funnily enough, and we're just going over old times. But Mike's very kindly just given me a lift from Hornsey back to Aldborough to the van, but I'm going to be seeing him later on at in Hornsey, and we're going to have a beer. So
enjoy your pint.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Okay, Jim.
Thanks for bringing me all this way back.
Oh, you're welcome.
I look forward to seeing you later.
Yeah, cheers, Em.
Okay, cheers, mate.
Bye.
Well, this is Mick, who's the proprietor at Attic Cliff Top, and I just want to say thank you very much for a comfortable site and your hospitality, and it's been a pleasure to meet you, and I wish you every success.
Thank you.
And I'm just heading off now to Bridlington, and maybe I'll see you again one day.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Have a
Mick.
safe journey.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Just having a 10-minute breather. I don't know how far I've walked. The one thing about walking on the beach is you can really get a move on actually. It's a lot quicker than walking on the top. And it's absolutely flat. If you go just before the water comes out, you can really get a move on, which is great. It's a lot colder today. I know I said this earlier, but I've kept my jacket on because there's a bit of a stiff breeze coming off the sea, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm afraid there's not a great deal to show you really. One shot looks like another. On a beach like this, there's just the sea and the sand and the cliffs, and that's it really. I think this film will start getting moving when I get past Bridlington. I'm only, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 miles from Bridlington now. But when I get up to Bempton and Flamborough and Scarborough and Whitby, it's going to be far more interesting and there'll be far more to see. I spoke at length to Trish this morning, and she said that she's been out of touch a little bit because she did the washing with a mobile phone in her pocket. Well, her iPhone, quite a new one as well, which is nearly as bad as when I washed my passport, left him in my shorts pocket. So things are going great, and I'm looking forward to a break. Right, this lady's called Rosemary. I've just met her. She's going one way, I'm going the other, and she's a bit of a walker. So you tell me you've walked from here to Flamborough, is that right?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a good walk up the cliffs.
How far would that be?
I think together it's about 12 or 13 miles.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just been telling me that further up I can get a cup of tea before I get to Bridlington.
Yes, a nice cup of tea at Barmston. And there's also a nice new cafe at Freythorpe as well, but I've not tried it myself yet.
Right, okay. And do you walk along here a lot then, Rosemary?
I do, because I have a caravan at Old Rome, so we try and come every weekend.
Yeah.
And it's nice for Dewey, because she gets to run around on the beach.
Yeah.
It's the only time she gets to go off lead, unfortunately.
Yeah. And where are you from?
I'm from Market Wheaton.
Market Wheaton? Oh, right. Oh, I used to go fishing there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, many years ago.
And where would you fish in
it's
Market Wheaton?
it's a little pond. Brian, they used to call the bloke who had it. It was going out towards home on Spalding Moor.
All right, yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, and he's a lovely guy, but I don't think he'll be there now. But it was
No.
just a small private pond, but you know, we used to love it there. Me and my son used to go there all the time.
All right, sounds good.
And there's another one down home on Spalding on the left-hand side, but that's I don't think there's any fish here. I think he took them all out.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been very nice meeting
you.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice to meet you. Enjoy
Check
the
me
rest
out.
of your walk.
Yeah,
I'll
thanks
have
for
a look at your website.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Jim.
Bye. Bye.
And indeed, Rosemary did check me out and soon became a regular correspondent. Soon after our meeting, she fell and badly broke her ankle, which took months to heal. Rosemary watched every one of the 250 episodes over 18 months. That's all the way around England and Wales, and all the way to John O'Groats. I met her and her partner Gordon on several occasions at different locations. They are both very nice, down-to-earth people. I reached Bridlington's south shore by late afternoon and had a quick look around the centre and enjoyed a nice cup of tea. I then drove the van to Flamborough to settle down for the night. Tomorrow, being Sunday, would be an easy day, especially as there is no bus service on the Sabbath day.